is over. It's vacation now for me, which is good. Um, it was my first year of studying to become a primary school teacher, and I've learned through this year that it's definitely the job that I want to have. Especially the first half year, I had so much fun with my was it the 8 and 9 year olds. Here in the Netherlands, we call it year five. I believe that's third grade in the American system. I think that's eight. If that's 8 9 year olds, people who are from America, who are from the states, pretty sure third grade is like the 8 9 year olds. Pretty sure. Let me know. Anyway, I really enjoyed it with them. And then second half year, I had the little ones, which are 4 5 6 year olds, like the year one and twos of the school. I had one class there, and it was very different. Obviously, because big age difference and the way you teach them is also very different in the first 2 years compared to the rest. Um, I knew before I started that, like before I started the entire study, that the 4 5 6 year olds I'd be able to get along well with them because I have some experience with like little kids from like a good friend of mine from theater has a daughter who's now 4, I think, or nearly 4, and then a couple other people around me who have kids around 2 3, some 4, that I get along well with. I really like kids, and I really just had most experience with little kids, just hanging out with them, playing with them a little. Um, so I knew I'd get along with them. But what I noticed that teaching wise, I found it more fun to be with the 8 and 9 year olds, so the year five instead of the year one two. I also found that the bond that you share with them, it can be very strong with both, and I have a very strong bond with both classes. However, I do feel it's somehow different. The way you interact with each other, the way you look at each other, hang out, do stuff, it's different. I can't really find the words to explain how, but it just feels different, and the year 5 one feels a bit better, I guess. Although, if one of the year 1 or 2s just comes up to you like, Teacher Alka, hug! Everyone hugs you, it's super cute! I want to hug them so much, but yeah, I can't do that all the time. Yeah, first half year with year 5 was definitely the highlight of my week every time. To the second half of the year, it's not that I didn't like it, I just didn't like it as much as year 5 in like the first half of the year. But I definitely enjoyed it. It was a lot harder for me, I noticed, to do the things that you have to do as a teacher for that year. I found it very hard, and yeah, there were things that really got in my way. It was start at the end of the first half of the year. Like my grandpa was sick, and then he died like shortly after I started in the year 1 2, and then my grandma got sick, and she died a few months after my grandpa. So that really messed me up in my studies and how I was able to prepare for lessons. Sure, part of it was me not preparing perfectly. In that sense, I could still do better, but my grandpa, like passing away, it was just so much. I had so much more on my mind than I thought it would be. I was thinking about it so much more than I thought it would be that I was just not able to focus or concentrate on pretty much anything. I'd write something for 10, 15 minutes, and then I'd be done for at least 6 hours because I just couldn't concentrate and put anything on paper anymore, which made it really hard to prepare lessons, to study for tests, anything like that. Luckily, I've made most of the tests. I've passed most of them, which is great. But the lesson preparations didn't go well, which made me miss a few things, I believe, in like the second half of the year with the year 1 and 2s. Once again, that's the 4 5 6 year olds. But as I said earlier, I did find it more difficult to teach them and find the exact way of how you interact with them to make them feel they are important, that they can do things that you ask them to do, that they from themselves want to talk to you, to tell them about their experiences with when they went to the beach last summer, or that they went swimming last weekend and they had a cool experience they want to share, that they want to tell you that. They think it's a cool story and they want to share it, but they also want to share it with you. In this case, me. And even though they often tell me stuff like I've done this, I've done that, I do feel I can do it better. And I did have my workplace assessment today, and unfortunately I did fail it because there's a few things. I'm not going to go into too much detail anymore about how, but there's a few qualities that I need to have as a teacher of 4, 5, 6-year-olds of the year 1, 2s that I haven't fully developed yet. Now, as I said, my grandpa and grandma died and stuff, and that got in the way. If that wouldn't have happened, would I have been fine? It would have gotten a bit better, I feel, but yeah, I still have some stuff to learn. Because of like the grandpa issue, I didn't make my study points for the next year. You have 60 study points that I could earn in 1 year. You have to have at least 50 out of the 60. I have like, was it 26, I think? 27? Because things just didn't work out. But I did talk to the head of my school, head of my college, and we had a chat, multiple talks, also the last one with my mom last week, and likely, it's normally against the rules, but due to my personal situation with grandma and grandpa, he's going to allow me to redo next year. Very low chance that I'll actually be able to go into second year. Very unlikely. I'll probably have to redo year 1, which, well, I'd prefer to go to year 2, but as long as I can keep studying to become a teacher and stay at the same school that I'm studying at, well, that I studied at in the last year, then I'd be okay with that. Yeah. So hopefully that'll all work out. I'll know that next week. Yeah, end of the year. I already said goodbye to like my year, the year 5s, half a year ago. But obviously, since I was at the same internship school, just a different class, a different part of the school, I did see them every now and then. Like was with the year 5s, like during an afternoon that I didn't have lessons. I just had an off day. So like, oh, I'll just come and see the year 5s in the afternoon. That was fun. But for the years 1, 2s, I only today, when I was just like doing my goodbye stories, that I realized how much I was actually gonna miss them. How strong that bond really was, because I was talking earlier about how the bond was different, and I just felt that my bond with the year 5s was so much stronger than the year 1, 2s. But saying goodbye today wasn't necessarily difficult for me, that I really couldn't let them go. But it did make me feel, like, realize all of a sudden all of those emotions, like, how much fun this actually was, that I may not have realized due to things not going my way due to various reasons. But I did have a lot of fun with all of the kids, and I did learn so much, and I really appreciated that. What I did was, everyone sit in a circle on their chairs, and then and there's a table in the middle, and I placed pencils on that. Pencils with an eraser on top. Like, the pencils were either red or blue. Well, they were gray pencils, but just the outside was either red or blue. And then there was a little eraser on top in the shape of a football or soccer ball, a dinosaur, a butterfly, a truck, a couple of other options as well. And every time, I had a list of the names of all the kids, and next to their names, a memory that I had of one of them. Like, one of the girls at one point, like a couple of months ago, was sitting next to me in the morning, and she was like, "Teacher Auka, we're gonna get married later." And not just, I'm gonna marry someone and she's gonna marry someone else. No, the two of us together. And she was like, just turned 6 at that point, I believe. I was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure the age difference isn't a big deal?" No, I think it is. Well, then we'll just wait a few years, and then you're gonna buy me rings, and then we're gonna get married. Like, she decides everything. That's how it felt. And we laughed quite a bit about that, and there were quite a few other funny jokes, funny memories to look back on, things I'll definitely remember for a long time from all of them. It was very fun. And this morning, actually, before the kids were there, I was actually given this. One of the mothers of the year ones, so one of the youngest boys. He, together with his mother, made, I think with his mother anyway, or his parents, he made this little thing for me. It's a cup that I could use for soup maybe, coffee, a bit wide for that maybe, but there's some stuff in there. There's a little card in here, a little drawing by the kid, and a little message. A guy wrote his name, and then, dear teacher Auke, I really like that you were there every Monday. I think you'll be an awesome teacher. So that was a really nice message from him. And probably he thought that, and then Mom wrote it down. But yeah, there's a few chocolates in here. You'll see that, and a few things with tea. So, I'm going to England on Friday. I'll probably find someone there who I could share that tea with. Also, something I was given. I knew that I would get a gift from this one. One of the mothers of the year 2 boys. She asked me like 2 weeks ago when my last day would be, and at that point I actually didn't know. It was today. I told her last week because she said that she wanted to give me a gift, and I was of course very thankful for that. Like, she didn't need to give me it, but she did anyway. So give me this little gift. It's a nice little wrapping. I like that. We have shampoo. We have shower cream. And I'm actually sure what this is. You want to know? I have to open it and look at it a bit better later. But anything I get, I'm already very happy about. They didn't need to give me anything. So I'm really happy enough that I could teach them and learn things from them. Well, what I felt was most amazing, like, I didn't know anything about this. Like, I've been there for a while, and I've been there for a good amount of days, talked to them, and the kids, well, after I said, like, my goodbye stories, and they brought out those memories, and everyone got their pencils, and I also thanked the teachers for allowing me to be there, for giving me tips and hints about how to improve, what things to keep doing, what things to do slightly different. I thanked them, and then I was like, alright, that's it. And then the teacher, the normal teacher of the class, actually got something that she had hidden in the class. She gave me this booklet with drawings from every single student. The front end has a message. You will be able to read it here. I'll just read it for you. I can actually read it from the webcam. Hello, dear teacher. We really liked it, and we found it really, what's the word for this? Well, we really liked it with you in the class. Kind regards from the Butterflies. And the Butterflies is what the name of the class is. There's 4 classes that have both year 1 and 2 students in there. And instead of being 1-2A, 1-2B, 1-2C, 1-2D, like most schools would do it, the school where I was, they had the pandas, the dolphins, the zebras, and the butterflies. So my class was the butterflies. So they made some drawings for me. I'll show you a few of them. A lot of them did things with their hands, just drew over their hands and colored that in. One of the guys drew this little house for me. There's a couple that, for whatever reason, I'm not actually sure why, but I liked it. They drew snow and stuff. Like 4 or 5 of the drawings are snow, which I was very surprised by. But I'm not going to complain. I'm very happy I got this as a memory of the kids, because I only realized today how much I'm really going to miss them. And I think, even though the kids knew that today would be my last day, some of them didn't realize what that meant. As I said, I had a good bond with all of them. But there's this one girl who, from the year 2s, she'll be 6, I believe. she wasn't necessarily the huggy type. Like some of the girls were like, "Hug, yeah, nice to see you again." Some of them were like just hi and just little bit like this, like, "Hey, how's it going?" and a little joke. And not that we didn't like each other, but that's just the way that we greeted each other and did things together. Um, and we got along well. I knew that. And at the end of the day, when everyone went to their parents, like parents came to pick them up in the school square, I was walking around a bit, saying my final goodbyes to a few that were still there, and that one girl that I just mentioned, she was still there with her dad, and like one of the other girls in the class. I went up to her and said, "Well, it's been fun. I'm really gonna miss you. Goodbye." And then she looked at me and she said goodbye. And the dad said to wave, and the girl waved. I said goodbye. And then I walked away to find someone else to say goodbye to. And then she said, "Wait." She came up to me like, "Hug. I'm gonna miss you." Like she's never really been the huggy type, at least not with me. And to see and to feel that she really had that much of an attachment to me, it did feel really good. It's just gonna make me miss the kids so much more. A couple of kids really showed how much they're gonna miss me. Like some were already of the huggy type, so in that sense it didn't mean more, but it did still mean a lot to me that they're gonna hug me. So some of them were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna walk with you and play with you outside today, so that you'll have a fun last day, and that you'll never forget us because we're so fun." And oh, you're gonna be sad. I'll make this thing for you. Here, have this. Like one of the girls found a few rocks that she thought looked really nice, and she normally wants to keep them all. She's like, "Here, you can have this one." And to me, that little rock doesn't mean anything. It's just one of the rocks you find outside. But it was a gift from that girl to make me happy, to make me cheer up, because she did notice. Even though I felt that it wasn't really showing it, she noticed that I was sad. That I was sad that I was gonna miss all those kids, miss playing, seeing them play, doing their thing, and then just even the slightest gift can cheer me up quite a lot, and can make me realize so much more how much I like these kids and how much I am gonna miss them. As the rock on its own is not doesn't have any meaning. It's just a little rock, but the reason why she gave it to me is amazing. Yeah. And now it's yeah, one more thing that I have to an email that I have to write, a long email, a lot of things in it, to one of the teachers to finish off today. And tomorrow, like the final, like the year 8s, which is the final year of primary school here, they have their end of the year musical, because they usually do that at the end of their career in primary school. They performed it for the kids today. I didn't see it because I was busy doing other things. But they're gonna perform it for the parents tomorrow evening, and I asked if I could go, and I could go. There's one of the songs in there that I heard some of the songs, and I really like them, especially one of them and how it was performed. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that works out. And then on Thursday, which is the final day before I actually go on vacation, which I believe is also the final day of for the kids at school. I'm not actually sure, but they have a Got Talent show. Like you have America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent. Now it's this school's Got Talent. I was gonna say School's Got Talent to not name the school for privacy reasons, whatever. But School's Got Talent, where in the past 2 weeks they had auditions in the class. Everyone in the class voted. Though they haven't had a different voting system in different classes, but every class has one representative that will go to the finals. The years 1 and 2s have a separate category. So there's 4 of those groups, so 4 performances. And they'll be shown, and then a big winner will be chosen. Year 2, year 3s, 2 year 4s, together a category, 1 winner will be chosen. And then the year 5, 6, and 7s, all which have 2 classes, so until 6, they also all give 1 performance per class, because they have 1 representative, or more if it's a group performance. And then have a winner chosen from that. And although wouldn't mind seeing some of the performances, I really want to see the performances from the classes that I taught. So in the morning, I will go to school in the morning to see, I believe it's some of the boys from the year 1-2s that won. I'm not sure, I have no clue what act they did. I'm not even entirely certain if they actually won, but I was told by one of the girls that they did, so I'll assume that was the case. And then I know one of the girls in year 5 that I taught won by a landslide. Like, there were 5 or 6 people that joined in that class, and in the class they have 28 kids, and like most of them got either 1 or 2 votes, and that girl that won got 16 votes. So she probably, yeah, she won by a landslide. So I'm really looking forward to her performance. I did hear from her little brother today, who I met like a coincidence on the street, but that she was really ill. That she was with her grandma. She didn't want to eat yesterday, so I really hope she'll recover soon. Not only so she can do the performance on Thursday, because I'd really like to see that, but also just in general. It's the last week of school. Like, you never want to be sick, but last week of school, doing some fun things, the musical, like seeing the musical, having the performance, playing a few games, saying goodbye to everyone. You don't want to just abruptly end it. So I really hope she'll be okay. One of my 2 year olds actually has been home really ill, sick, yeah, sick for a week now as well. So I hope she'll be able to actually come back for at least one day, and for this week to end it off, not abruptly be gone, and I'll be able to say goodbye. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to say goodbye to her today, but who knows? I might see her at another point as well, because I do still live like 5 minutes from the school, like just over 5 minutes walking, just under 5 minutes cycling. So I can, like, even next year, would I go to a different internship school, every now and then I can just go there, see how they're doing, just say hi for a bit, and then leave again, just to see how they're doing. Because some of them did ask, like, am I gonna ever see you again? I'm sad that I never see you again. So I was able to say that I'll probably a few times just come and see them next year. So very happy with that. Ah, that was about it. I think I told pretty much everything I wanted to tell. Just share my thoughts. It's not necessarily that I feel too negative or angry about this, but I did want to just make a video, share my story for everyone who wanted to hear it, and otherwise it's really just for me to look back on, to prove to myself in a few years' time maybe how much I really like these kids and how much I'm gonna miss them. And that was about it. And I'll see you later today in the Yu-Gi-Oh video, because that one's still coming up.